The year is 1999. The Cold War has been over for more than a decade, and for the first time in a half-century, the world is free from the spectre of nuclear apocalypse. It should be a time of peace and prosperity, but all over the globe, the embers of old animosities have been fanned into flame by the winds of freedom. Terrorism in the 21st century is an international industry. Money and expertise flow freely through the global computer nets, and every type of weapon imaginable is available on the black market of the Third World. It has become harder and harder for the security forces of individual nations to combat this threat to the safety of their people. What's needed is an organization with the resources and the authority to fight terrorism wherever it flourishes. It would be composed of the best and brightest counter-terrorism experts from every country, and armed with state-of-the-art weapons and equipment. It would operate in absolute secrecy, its existence known only to the most senior government officials. It would attack swiftly and silently, cutting off the head of the Viper before it had a chance to strike. Such an organization already exists. Its code name is Rainbow.
Some help! Get down! Bingo! Got it! Good to go. Roger that.
The year is 2001. The world is a very dangerous place. As the fragments of the former Soviet Union slide deeper and deeper into chaos, the forces of crime and terror expand to fill the vacuum. There is war in the Balkans, war in the Middle East, war in a dozen hotspots around the world. Outnumbered and under siege, the Western democracies desperately struggle to keep the growing disorder from spilling across their borders. On the front lines of this strange war is the Counter-Terrorism Task Force, codenamed Rainbow. Operating out of bases on both sides of the Atlantic, Rainbow operatives are poised to strike at a moment's notice anywhere on the globe. Although their existence is secret, their combined courage and vigilance have saved the lives of millions. Yet even now, a new enemy looms in the east. An enemy greater than any Rainbow has ever faced. An enemy able to strike when and where he pleases, bound only by his own hatred and ambition. An enemy armed with the most fearsome weapon known to man.
Target acquired. Go, go, go!
year is 2008, and the world teeters on the brink of war. Radical ultranationalists have seized power in Moscow. Their goal, the re-establishment of the old Soviet Empire. Ukraine, Belarus, Kazakhstan. One by one, the nearby independent republics slip back into the Russian orbit. Russian tanks sit in the Caucasus Mountains and the Baltic forests, poised to strike to the south and east. The world holds its breath and waits. For one small group of elite soldiers, the war has already begun. U.S. Special Forces Group 5, 1st Battalion, D Company. Deployed on peacekeeping duty to the Republic of Georgia in the Caucasus, this handful of Green Berets represents the very tip of the spear, the first line of defense. Equipped with the latest battlefield technology and trained in the latest techniques of covert warfare, they strike, swiftly, silently, invisibly. They call themselves the Ghosts.
contact with a well-armed enemy force. They've got an entire army down here.
Ready, Dad?
Sam, got a few minutes to chat?
Do I have a choice?
Lambert needs to talk to you.
You know I hate that.
Sam?
What's the situation, Lambert?
We've lost contact with Agents Madison and Blaustein. We need to go bring them back.
And my daughter?
We'll take care of her.
The year is 1945. The Nazi war machine is crumbling. As fascist regimes all over Europe collapse, those who once looted and terrorized the continent now look desperately for any way to escape. For them, this war is over. But they are already laying plans for the next one.
Have all the transfers been arranged?
Yes, they have. The gold left Montenegro 2 weeks ago, and the currency was wired this morning. Everything has been taken care of.
And the documents?
Hidden, where no one will ever find them.
Good. Now let us depart before this place comes down around our ears.
In 2005, the terror starts again.
Where are those documents Patrick said he found in the basement? My God. This is incredible.
But old hatreds still linger. Old mysteries remain unsolved. And old enemies may yet rise again to carry on their ancient battles, armed now with the tools of modern terror.
The building's clear. Are these the papers?
Some of them. Not all.
So what do we do now?
We destroy them and leave. Then we wait for our next orders.
Only one defense stands between the world and all the forces that threaten it. Rainbow. an international task force dedicated to combating terrorism wherever it arises. Consisting of the best counter-terrorism operatives the world has to offer, Rainbow is the most potent weapon in freedom's arsenal. Backed by the most sophisticated technology available and trained to the limits of human capability, Rainbow soldiers are our best hope in the war against terror. They may also be our last.
Pandora tomorrow.
For years, we've operated in the shadows, in the jungles, deserts, mountains, and cities. On 4 continents, we've spilled blood as we fought to keep the peace. But this time out, things are different. This time, we've come to win a war before it ever starts.
Delta 3-1, this is Ghost Leader. We're a go. Hit them now.
Copy that, Ghost Leader.
This is Assad Rahil, a Pakistani warlord. For years, he's been using his contacts in the Kazakh military to funnel old Soviet munitions to Allied Mujahideen holdouts. The Kazakh president and his security council recently discovered his operations and began to shut them down. This is footage of Rahil's response. The explosion that destroyed the building in Almaty killed the president and his security council. When his operations went bad, Rahil left Pakistan and moved his troops into Kyrgyzstan. There they tried to capture chemical weapons at a disposal facility. When the local militia attempted to stop him, he detonated phosgene shells, killing them and many of the civilians in Oshkek. He escaped across the border with his troops and linked up with his Kazakh military contacts. A week later, he triggered the explosion in Almaty. With the president dead, the Kazakh military is in chaos. Most are working to keep order, but some are flocking to Rahil's banner. UN peacekeepers have moved in to help stabilize the situation, but Rahil is still operating freely. So that's the situation. We're not here for the politics, and we're not here as peacekeepers. Our team has been called in to take this guy down.
Crosscom activated. Vulture, this is Ghost Leader. Multiple strikers bearing 120.
Copy that, Ghost Leader. Targets acquired.
Vulture, Ghost Leader. Target is confirmed.
Acknowledged, Ghost Leader. They're on their way.
I'll take the sniper. Ramirez, take the tank. I'm on it. Form up on me. Let's keep moving. Fuckers hit! Give us cover! Multiple hostiles located. Light them up!
Ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at is history. The history of Team Rainbow.
Alpha 2, get moving. Moving into position. Roger, following. Following your lead. I'm moving up. In position.
where I can see them. Sam Fisher, you are under arrest for acts of terrorism against the United States of America. Did you really think you could betray the NSA and get away with it, Fisher?
That guy couldn't betray the NSA. He's a legend. He was in the SEALs the same time as my father in Colombia. I heard one time he went into a guerrilla camp on his own to rescue one of our guys. Damnedest thing I ever heard.
Just gonna let her die. Give them what they want.
Stand by. LZ in 5 seconds. Move it! Enemy helo! Down! Medic! Get Mitchell! Hit that chopper! I got it! Tracking! Target acquired! Damn! Give me some air cover!
7-3 standing by for targets.
Destroy that bird!
Copy that,
sir. Security has now confirmed a threat to U.S. soil. FEMA has ordered mandatory evacuations of the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
We hear the location of the missiles. It's on you, Mitchell. Take them out.
It all comes down to this. Let's get it done. Cross-comm activated.
2016. Nuclear terrorism in Saudi Arabia kills 6 million and cripples the world's oil supply. 2017. The joint U.S.-European missile shield goes live. The world celebrates the end of nuclear warfare. The stage is set. Now the world's leading supplier of oil and natural gas, Russia spends billions on the biggest arms buildup since the Cold War. The European Federation is created with a population and GNP greater than the U.S. 2020, America begins assembly of the Freedom Star military space station. The end has begun.
Pinned down. Enemy armor bearing 320. Requesting alert 5.
Captain Mitchell, this is Jester. FAC's got us on a north-south line. Weapons release in 2 seconds.
Roger that. She's lit up for you.
Acknowledged. Sam launched. 6 o'clock low.
Can't hold them off much longer. We need close support, now!
Roger that, Ghost Leader. Be there as soon as we can. Tally, smoke. 6 o'clock, 1 mile, 20 low. Come on, baby. Hang on. En route to your position now, Ghost Leader. Just keep it lit.
Copy that.
Tally, target 12 o'clock. Rifle 1.
You nailed it! Nice work!
Just do what you have to do.
I always do, Sam. I always do.
The thing you have to understand is this. The Sam Fisher you knew is dead. America killed him, asked him to make one sacrifice too many, cross one line too far. A drunk driver killed him, some anonymous asshole who ran down his daughter and vanished. She was the one thing in his life that humanized him. And his agency killed him. It set him up, turned him loose, and told him to pull the trigger on his best friend in a dirty New York City basement. Irving Lambert died by Sam's hand that day. And so did Sam. So he left. Left Third Echelon, left the life he knew, left America and Mom and apple pie, left it all behind. He hopped off the grid and went walkabout, looking for a reason to go on living. Eventually, he found it. He caught a whisper in the wind that maybe his daughter's death hadn't been an accident. He heard a name. And he found somewhere to go looking. A city called Valletta. It's in Malta.
Listen up, Ghosts. Bad timing, but Uncle Sam's got a situation. A few hours ago, a group of American ships was attacked off the coast of Sri Lanka.
Military?
No, civilian. Sea miners just pulling minerals off the ocean floor. Our initial reports put casualties in the high dozens. These are U.S. citizens we're talking about. We're redirecting.
To Sri Lanka? Seriously?
About as serious as it gets, Sergeant.
Yeah, but retaking ships? What are we, SEALs now?
There's nothing to retake. The attackers boarded, massacred our people, and left.
That doesn't make any sense.
Not much does at this point. That's why we're headed back downrange. Hire wants us to find out who's responsible.
Well, great. As long as we have a clear plan of action.
Not now, Mikey. What's our support?
Looks like we've got a carrier group steaming this way already, so I guess we can have pretty much anything we need.
Negative. At this point, we're completely covert. We won't have any contact with U.S. assets.
Super. Another off-the-books adventure. We're gonna be sitting on India's front porch with Pakistan right next door, Mike.
Sergeant Whalen's right. We don't want to kick this hornet's nest any more than we have to. The Sri Lankan military is drawing its forces back in and around the capital, Colombo. We've got a tight window to get in before they lock the island down, and we do not want to be noticed.
We get our Frago yet?
Sorta. I'm still trying to get the details, but there are like 8 people who know we're going in, so it's kinda slow.
Get some rest. Do what you need to do.
Have already been evac, so collateral casualties shouldn't be an issue. Beyond that, though, it's going to be a real hairball once we're on the ground. Work together, watch each other's backs, and remember, there's only the team. Hooah!
You think America can't find you?
No need, General. We're coming to America.
They built the most lethal hardware. Heat suppression. Optical camouflage. Ballistic shields. Then they sold it to the highest bidder. The game has changed. Our brothers, our weapons, turned against us. Ghosts, phantoms, no matter what you fight for. In the heat of battle, you focus on your team, on your tactics. Because when the moment comes, you fight together, or you die alone.
Taking hostile. Target located. Target marked. Copy that. I've got a shot.
Target down. Clear. All clear.
Ghost Recon. Phantoms.
I called you here today because we face dire circumstances. Our intelligence has confirmed the existence of a new threat that is unlike any we have seen before. This organization has the ability to carry out attacks anywhere in the world. They are highly lethal and indiscriminate of age, religion, or nationality. The potential for loss of human life and psychological terror is substantial and cannot be ignored. They are the very definition of an unknown quantity. Our only choice of action is to meet force with force. As of this moment, my program is reactivated, and I am handing over command of all global field operations to you. Recruit your operators from among the world's foremost elite. Borders and protocols are irrelevant. We must be the shield that safeguards the civilized world from those who wish to do it harm. No matter how or where our enemies strike, no matter what defense they cower behind, Team Rainbow must stand ready.
You to know this Black Friday, you can sleep in.
All over the region. Retailers are calling this their 149,000 stores offering sales in the cash sales changing hands starting in New York. Hit the stores. The flu season is off to its earliest start.
Appears to be a previously unknown variant of the flu. Suspected case catching many experts off guard.
Today I was feeling like maybe
the breaking news, leading with unconfirmed reports of a smallpox outbreak.
Is a highly rehearsed scenario.
And National Guard units converging on a hospital in central
Manhattan.
The bridges
are closed. It's a war zone.
Smallpox is a very real
more
danger.
deaths than AIDS, more than
There's
Ebola.
not enough vaccines.
Let me stop you there. This is not a panic situation.
An entire American city
Known as the green poison, Central Park has been converted to a mass burial ground.
Power outages, gas line leaks, fires. The government's
We're expecting another night of widespread looting.
The people of New York are begging for
One word.
Any available units. Fire and houses.
Our first responders are either dead
No resources available.
Being treated like animals.
It's not a job. We're not trained for that.
I am not a liar. I have killed thousands. I have fed more drug fiends than the top 3 pharmaceutical companies combined. I have stolen children from parents, wives from husbands, wiped out entire generations. But lying, that I have never done. The rest are offenses against humanity. Lying is an offense against yourself. I am the head of the Santa Blanca organization, which you call a cartel. I had a dream. I dreamed of a land where we could grow our own coca, produce our own cocaine, where we could run our business free from interference from the police, the government, the army, the Yankees. In my dream, a woman's voice asked me,
Sueño, mijo, what if you had your own country?
like Moses, I led my people to the promised land, Bolivia. We came here. We bought the coca fields. What we couldn't buy, we took. We bought the police, the military, the judges, the politicians. We were on the verge of becoming the government itself, on the razor's edge from fulfilling my dream. Of creating a narco-state. The nation of Santa Blanca.
We took things for granted. We expected coffee in the morning. We expected free Wi-Fi. When those were taken from us, we survived. When communications broke down, the trains stopped and the internet went dark, we survived.
But when the pharmacies were looted and hospitals shut down, asthma became lethal. And with no police to protect you, did you own a gun?
Did your neighbor?
Some survived.
We are a resilient species. When our society collapsed, we found ways to go on. And now, for the first time in centuries, what we want is also truly what we need. In the face of disaster, we helped each other.
We built new communities in the ruins of the old. We adapted. We survived. Established a new normal. But there are also those who build nothing. Create nothing.
Hyenas preying on the weak. They've made our world bleed. But we don't stand alone. A brave few have sworn to protect us and save what remains. They unite us.
Remind us that we are one people. They are our shield and our light. But if that light goes out,
who can save us then?
Welcome to Aurora.
the incubator of World 2.0. My name's Jay Skell, and we've been expecting you. You've been invited here to innovate, to invent, and to create. But we're also asking you to do the most important thing with your lives that you can do. Here, away from the rest of the world, we will build the tools to lead the planet into the future. A completely sustainable economy, a blossoming environment, safe homes, security for your family, and a community where innovation is celebrated. The generations that come after us may forget all about us, but they will thrive because of the work we do here. Thank you for joining Skeltech in Aurora. Together, we are building tomorrow.
The world is in an alarming state. Wars, corruption, and poverty have made it more unstable than ever. As the situation keeps worsening, anger is brewing. From between the cracks, a new threat has emerged to take advantage of escalating civil unrest. They are known as Umbra, a faceless organization that wants to build a new world order. They claim to promote an egalitarian utopia to gain popular support. While behind the scenes, Umbra organizes deadly terrorist attacks to generate even more chaos and weaken governments. At the cost of many innocent lives. Simultaneously, they have been hacking social media to discredit world leaders and rally people to their cause. Under immense pressure, world leaders have come together to authorize a new international cross-agency unit designed to combat Umbra. It is clear, playing by the rules will not win this fight. The leader of this unconventional squad will need to recruit elite soldiers from every corner of the world, including the criminal underworld. As commander of this unprecedented squad, we need you to put an end to Umbra's campaign of chaos. Welcome to Tom Clancy's Elite Squad.
Found him! Take him! I'll cover you!
He's going into stasis!
Contact! Head to the extraction point!